Hey everyone, it's Samantha. From the King of Pop to Mother Monster, here are the top-selling digital music artists.
Number 15, The WEEKND. So far, The WEEKND has sold about 42 million digital units, which includes downloads, streams, and all other technological platforms.
This artist's real name is Abel Tesfaye, but we can see how The WEEKND rolls off the tongue a little easier.
He was born in Canada in 1990. The WEEKND released his first mixtape in 2011, titled House of Balloons. While touring Toronto, he met Drake and began opening for the artist during his performances at the Molson Canadian Amphitheatre. His debut studio album, Kissland, came out in 2013. His second record was released in 2015, titled Beauty Behind the Madness. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. Starboy dropped the next year, and its title song reached number 1 in platinum status quickly in the United States. So far, The WEEKND has taken home 3 Grammys for his work. Number 14, Michael Jackson. One of the most iconic artists in history, Michael Jackson, is still a force in the music industry even after his passing in June 2009. He is only behind Elvis Presley and the Beatles as best-selling music artists of all time, and sold over 350 million records internationally. Jackson also received the most awards out of any artist in popular music history. Plus, he was inducted into the Dance Hall of Fame, Songwriters Hall of Fame, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2 times. So it's probably not too surprising that he's still competing with the best of them in the digital sales. At 42 million units sold, Jackson continues to influence musicians everywhere. Number 13, Flo Rida. Also known as Tramar Lacel Dillard. This star was born in, you guessed it, Florida. He has sold over 49 million digital singles throughout his career, but is yet to win a Grammy. You might not have known that Flo Rida has 7 sisters, and the youngest is his twin. He started out in the group GroundHoggz in 9th grade, but it wasn't until 2008 that he released his solo debut album, Mail on Sunday. His other records include Only One Flo, Part 1, and Wild Ones. Flo Rida also came out with the EP My House in 2015, which made it to number 8 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. Number 12, Chris Brown. This one-time Grammy winner was born in Virginia in 1989. He started out singing and dancing as a child, and performed at his church in various talent shows.
Brown was discovered at the age of 13 by Hitmission Records, and he signed with Jive Records in 2004.
His self-titled debut album came out in 2005 at the number 2 spot on the Billboard 200 chart. Brown also dabbled in acting and made an appearance in the OC as a band geek. His first film role was in Stomp the Yard in 2007, and he released Exclusive that same year. His other records include Fortune, X, and Heartbreak on a Full Moon. Brown has sold around 50 million digital units to date. Unfortunately, he hasn't always gained attention for his success in the industry. Most recently, Chris is in trouble for owning a monkey named Fiji with no permit. Number 11, Ed Sheeran. Sheeran has sold around 57 million digital singles and is a 4-time Grammy winner. This 27-year-old artist was born in England. He started recording his music in 2004 and released his first project, Spinning Man, that year. But it wasn't until he released The A-Team in 2011 that he garnered an immense amount of recognition. It was the lead single of his debut studio album, Plus, which dropped in September of the same year. His second record, Multiply, came out in June 2014, which reached number 1 in the United States and the United Kingdom. It also made him New Zealand's, the UK's, and Ireland's best-selling iTunes artist. You might not have known that Sheeran has also written songs for other artists as well, including Love Yourself for Justin Bieber in 2015. After taking a year off from work and social media, he announced the release of his third album, Divide. It dropped in March 2017, and it debuted at the top of the charts in the United States, the UK, Australia, Germany, and Canada. Number 10, Lady Gaga. This superstar got her start with the 2008 album, The Fame.
2 singles from the record, Poker Face and Just Dance, topped the charts in the United States.
The former became 2009's best-selling single. In 2011, Lady Gaga put out Born This Way, and the title track earned the Guinness World Record for fastest-selling single on iTunes, with over 1 million sales in just 5 days. Her other records include Art Pop, Cheek to Cheek, and Joanne. Plus, Gaga has become a successful actress. She starred in the 5th season of American Horror Story as the owner of the hotel, Elizabeth, and took home a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a miniseries or television film. Lady Gaga also took a role in American Horror Story, Roanoke, as the witch, Scat Hatch. More recently, she played Allie in A Star is Born alongside Bradley Cooper. She has taken home 6 Grammy Awards for her work so far, and sold approximately 61 million digital units. Number 9, Bruno Mars. You probably didn't know that this star was only 4 years old when he joined his family's music group, The Love Notes, and spent 5 days a week performing with them. Bruno became known as Little Elvis around his hometown of Honolulu because he would impersonate the late singer. But it wasn't until 2010, when Bruno was 25, that he released his first EP, It's Better If You Don't Understand. He released his first studio album the same year, titled Doo-Wops and Hooligans. His other 2 records are called Unorthodox Jukebox and 24K Magic. Bruno Mars has won a total of 11 Grammys so far, and has sold over 61 million digital singles. Number 8, Maroon 5. This group originally formed in 1994 as Kara's Flowers, but came together as Maroon 5 in 2001 after adding their lead guitarist, James Valentine. They released songs about Jane, their debut studio album in 2002, which peaked at number 6 6th on the Billboard 200 and eventually sold over 10 million copies internationally.
They didn't release their next record until 2007, after their original drummer Ryan left the band due to medical issues.
This album sold 430,000 copies its first week out. Their newest album is Red Pill Blues, and one of its singles, Girls Like You, was at #1 for 7 weeks in a row on the Billboard Hot 100. Maroon 5 has sold over 67 million digital units total. Number 7, Kanye West. There is no denying this guy's talent, and he's been proving himself since he started out in 1996. Kanye Omari West was born in Atlanta in 1977. He initially got credit by producing 8 songs on the rapper Grob's Down to Earth album, but it was in 2000 that he began producing for Rockefeller Records artists and got his big break. However, he aspired to be a rapper, and after his involvement in a near-fatal car accident, he released Through the Wire in 2003, the lead single from his 2004 debut album, The College Dropout. The record eventually reached triple platinum status. Since then, West's success has been proven time and time again throughout his other albums, including 808s and Heartbreak, Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, and Ye. He is a 21-time Grammy winner and has sold 68 million digital units.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Number 6, Justin Bieber. This heartthrob was born in Ontario in 1994 and got his start in music early on when he was just 13 years old. After being discovered by Scooter Braun, who worked for So So Def Recordings, he signed with Island Records in 2008 and moved to Atlanta, Georgia with his mother to further his career. Bieber released the My World EP in 2009, and it was eventually platinum certified in the United States. His debut studio album, My World 2.0, came out in March 2010 at the top of the US Billboard 200 chart. Bieber's other records include 2012's Believe and 2015's Purpose. Plus, this talented artist has sold over 69 million digital units. According to the RIAA, Bieber has won Grammy for Best Dance Recording for the Jack U collaboration, Where Are You Now? Number 5, Katy Perry.
Born Catherine Elizabeth Hudson in 1984, she began performing at church at the age of 9 until she was 17.
In March 2001, she put out her first album, a gospel work called Katy Hudson. However, the record only sold about 200 copies. She didn't release her second studio album until 2008, which is titled One of the Boys. The lead singer from the record was I Kissed a Girl, which garnered Perry a lot of attention. Many people believe the song was about Scarlett Johansson, but Katy noted it was about a girl she met when she was 17. Whatever the case, she has sold a total of 99 million digital units so far. More recently, she's gained recognition by judging alongside Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie on the American Idol reboot. Surprisingly, Perry has yet to win a Grammy. Number 4, Eminem. Eminem, also known as Marshall Mathers III, was born in 1972 in St. Joseph, Missouri. When he was a kid, his mom traveled between his home state and Michigan, so he spent most of his childhood and teenage years in a neighborhood in Detroit. Many of the kids on their block bullied and beat him up because he and his mother were one of the 3 white families in the area. Eminem began rapping at just 14 years old, but it wasn't until 1996 that he released his first studio album titled Infinite. His debut record wasn't very successful. He started gaining recognition with the Slim Shady EP, especially after it ended up with the Interscope Records CEO. He played it for Dr. Dre, who became immediately interested. After signing with the label, Eminem released the Slim Shady LP in 1999, and it quickly became one of the most popular albums, gaining triple platinum status by the time 2000 rolled around. Since then, he has put out numerous chart-topping records, including Encore, Recovery, and Kamikaze. Eminem has won 15 Grammys throughout his career so far. Number 3, Taylor Swift.
At 120 million digital units sold, Taylor Swift is a force to be reckoned with, and she was born in Reading, Pennsylvania in 1989.
Her self-titled debut album dropped in October 2006. Since then, she's released several more, including Fearless, Speak Now, and Reputation. Over the course of her career, she switched genres from country to pop, citing 1989 as her first pop record. Swift has taken home 10 Grammy Awards for her work, but she's dabbled in acting as well. Did you know that T. Swift made her acting debut in an episode of CSI in 2009? She also played Felicia in 2010's Valentine's Day, and voiced Audrey in The Lorax in 2012. Number 2, Rihanna. Robin Rihanna Fenty was born in St. Michael, Barbados, and has remained one of the most sought-after artists since she stepped onto the scene in 2003. It was during that year that she caught the attention of Evan Rogers, a record producer, after auditioning for him with 2 of her friends. Her debut single, Ponda Replay, was released in May 2005, and her first studio album, Music of the Sun, came out 3 months later.
As of today, she sold 125 million digital copies and is a 9-time Grammy winner.
Rihanna hasn't only been successful in music, however. She is also a businesswoman and fashionista who has made her mark in the worlds of cosmetics and lingerie. Her makeup line is called Fenty Beauty, which launched in 2017. Her products are made for people of all skin colors, and Time magazine named her brand one of the 25 best inventions of 2017. Rihanna also has a lingerie line called Savage X Fenty, which was revealed during New York Fashion Week in September 2018. Number 1, Drake. This artist is currently the best-selling concerning digital music with around 142 million units sold. He was born in Toronto in October 1986, and his full name is Aubrey Drake Graham. He started his career out as an actor when he was 15 years old in Degrassi: The Next Generation. As an angsty teenage drama series. Drake didn't release his first studio album until June 2010, titled Thank Me Later. His other records include Nothing Was the Same and Scorpion. The latter broke numerous streaming records and contains the chart-topping singles God's Plan and In My Feelings. He is also a 3-time Grammy winner.
Today's featured comment comes from Alexander on our Truth About Nicki Minaj video. Thanks for the comment, Alexander. Don't forget to leave your comments below and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.